This episode is brought to you by San Pellegrino Ciao. A gift from Italy to your home. San Pellegrino Ciao is a flavored sparkling water made with real fruit juice, finished with a pinch of Sicilian salt for a perfectly balanced taste. So which flavor will you choose? Peach, lime, blood orange, cherry, or maybe the all-new limoncello? Crafted in Italy with 0 grams of added sugar. San Pellegrino Ciao. Buy it now.
You have any more corrections to issue? Any more apologies?
Oh, gosh. Well, we just recorded this entire episode audio only because I clicked the wrong button.
Yeah. Well, if you want to hear our first take, we'll make it available for Choose to Payers. Hey, this is Kathleen.
And this is Jason.
Welcome to TPO Explains, where we provide news context for normal people. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we summarize the day's biggest headlines. But on Saturdays, we do a shallow dive into something that we didn't understand throughout the week, because that happens every week. There are many things that we have to sit and research, so we pick one of those topics, and we bring you along with us as we do a shallow dive on the weekends. We want to educate ourselves and you. So this week, we have a special guest, Jason, our fearless founder, who did actually start this podcast, and then we kicked him off, and now he's back. So thank you for joining us again, Jason. We will have some questions for you.
Honored to be back.
It's just a delight. We will have some questions for you at the end, but we can just start with what we're talking about today. So today we're going to talk about AI. I think we're going to have to do a whole series on AI. We've done AI models, what are the different AI models. Today we're just going to do an overview of what is AI. I think KA really wants to write about the history of AI because that's interesting. We need to talk about data centers. So eventually we'll probably have a whole series of
We need to
AI
talk about
explainers.
data centers, but they're not super interesting. But
I don't know.
Break it down.
I'm interested to know why they're so thirsty. What's the big deal?
That's true.
You know?
I know.
I'm
You don't want them
interested.
in their backyard or your backyard because they take all the water.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into it. So what is AI? No one really knows. It's a little dramatic, but kind of true. There isn't a universal, simple definition for artificial intelligence because AI tools can do such a wide range of things. NASA itself has 5 different definitions of AI. Generally speaking, artificial intelligence refers to a computer system or machine that has 2 characteristics. 1, it can perform tasks that mimic human reasoning, decision-making, or creativity. And 2, it operates without explicit instructions from a programmer. So what do people mean by generative AI? Well, there are 2 categories of AI, traditional and generative. Traditional AI is reactive. It follows preset inputs and rules to analyze data and make predictions. Like a telemarketer calling you off a script, traditional AI is prepared for a few different responses but can't veer out of its lane too much. Picture email spam filters, computer chess games, your phone's autocorrect, and Netflix's recommendation system. Generative AI is the hot new topic that's on everyone's mind these days. What makes it different is that it can create something new. It learns from data, innovates, and improves its output over time. Picture the bots you choose to open, like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, and some that just show up, Google's AI search summaries, Spotify's AI DJ, and Amazon's customer review summaries. But how does it work? Put simply, math. AI, the generative kind, learns by studying massive amounts of data. Feed it billions of words and it picks up patterns like what word tends to follow another or what a formal email sounds like. So ChatGPT isn't thinking, it's running the math to determine what would be statistically most likely to come next. It's just doing it really, really quickly. If you ask it to tell a joke about the 24th president, it will combine the structure of jokes that it's seen with facts about Grover Cleveland. So why does AI hallucinate things? Also because of math. AI doesn't know things, it's just completing the pattern. So it will confidently state something totally made up with no idea it's wrong. For example, it recognizes the pattern that research papers have citations at the bottom. So it adds citations. Now, those citations may not be real, but they still complete the pattern.
Cool. Okay. Well, Kay wrote this article and then you edited it. So you did a little research and contributed to the article. What was the most surprising thing to you when you initially read through it or edited?
That spam filters and autocorrects were considered AI. It makes sense when I read the definition. They mimic human reasoning and don't follow explicit instruction. But I just never thought of them in that way. Like in my mind, AI is like a year old. And so
Right.
these examples of things that have been around for years and years don't register as AI to me.
Yeah. I think I said it on our AI model episode, but the idea that like playing the computer in a chess game and that being AI, it's like, of course it is, but I didn't think of it that way. Or that, you remember
Right.
that trend when you would have to press the middle button on predictive text and see what it would say? Like,
Oh yeah, like whatever your iPhone recommends
Yeah.
the next word and you just click over and over.
yes. And it never made any sense, and that's why it was so funny. And so thinking of that being AI, it's like, that's gibberish. Like it doesn't, but that's the very like, in our minds, archaic type of traditional AI
Yeah.
as compared to generative AI. So what was the hardest part for you to grapple with or understand with this?
So the idea that generative AI is making something new and just completing a pattern, like those, it feels like that's in conflict. But it clicked when I thought of the Grover Cleveland example of, hey, it's completing multiple patterns. Like it's completing the pattern of this is the cadence and words that come in a joke. This is how a joke is set up. And here's information about Grover Cleveland. And then when you put the two things together, you've created something new, but you've also just completed the patterns.
Yeah. Kind of like my kids telling me a joke. Like they think they nailed it. They think they nailed the punchline.
Okay, so I
makes no
put
sense.
I put this prompt into the joke about the 24th president into Gemini, and it did exactly this. Like it had the like cadence and structure of a joke, and it just was not funny at all because
Yeah.
it meshed these two things. There was no surprise, there was no humor, and
Yeah.
it totally felt like, you know, my 4-year-old trying to tell me a joke and being like,
Right.
"Yeah, sort of."
Yeah. James told me the other day, he was like, hey, why'd the cow go to space? And I was like, I know this one. To see the moon. And he was like, no, to go high. And I was like, all right.
Hey, it's Emily. The kids are heading back to school this month, which means lots of school supply runs, doling out lunch money, paying registration fees, and replacing my boys' jeans that now look more like capri pants. I'm trying not to blow the back-to-school budget, and thankfully, I have Upside to help. It's a free app that gives you cash back on things you already buy, like gas and groceries. It really couldn't be simpler. All you have to do is claim an offer, make your purchase, snap a pic of the receipt, or use your linked card, and boom, money back in your account. It only takes about 10 seconds. And I've even offered to fill up my husband's gas tank for him so I can use my Upside on extra fill-ups. Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code TPO to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code TPO.
What's the Christian perspective for this article?
Yeah, I'll read it. Human beings are created creators, tasked by their maker with cultivating a civilization that pushes forward the common good. Whether you think AI has mostly upsides or overwhelming downsides, worship the creator, because our cleverest innovations are just rearranging his created order.
I love that. Should we do some reader questions?
Ooh, the hot seat.
The hot seat. Okay, let's start with, we actually get a lot of feedback on this, on why we named the newsletter, why you named the newsletter The Pour Over. And people will email us and be like, you're supposed to be a high-standing journalistic publication, and you can't even spell pour correctly. Don't you know it's P-O-R-E, pour over? How dare you? So tell the people, why did you name this the pour over?
Well, I actually didn't name it the pour over. I named it a named Christian newsletter for a little bit, and then I named it Hot Black Coffee, which at no point did I or anyone else like, but I was like not doing this exercise and sending this thing because it didn't have a name, and I was like, I just need to pick something. And so I chose something coffee themed. I don't know, you read it in the morning. And then our head of growth, Matt Whipple, came up with the name The Pour Over, which, stuck with the coffee theme and is a subtle nod to pouring over the news. But he probably thought we were spelling pour correctly. And he is the worst spelling.
He's great. He's great with teeth, great with growing newsletters. He's not great with spelling.
No.
And it's fine. It's not that he cares about spelling. He gets his point across. Why use many word when few word do trick?
That's right. But he needs traditional AI autocorrect on everything.
We love you, Whipple. It's funny. I don't know how much time passed between Hot Black Coffee and when I joined, but I kind of wish it would have been around.
For Hot Black Coffee?
No. When I came on, I had just subscribed to the Pour Over. And I remember you asking me, you were like, how did you find us? Because we have 1,200 readers and I don't know you.
Right. Yeah. Most of them shared my last name, or it's like they either knew me or they knew Whipple or they knew DeLange. And so we were like, where did you come from?
Yeah. I was like, I subscribed to your newsletter. I thought you needed help. Whatever. We're already going to pay me. And you're like, nothing. Okay. Why do you feel you were called to start a news company?
I don't know if I would say I was called to start a news company. I had a very unhealthy relationship with the news and I was consuming a lot of it. It was making me angry and anxious and kind of obnoxious to be around. So I recognized I needed to do something. And so I started summarizing the news for myself and then pairing it with the biblical reminders that I needed. And I was sending it to a few friends and family for accountability to say, I'm going to send this on Friday. Make sure I send it on Friday. And it grew from there, but for years, that's what it was. And, that first email was in 2018. I went full-time in 2021. We didn't start paying you until earlier this year.
Actually, 2 weeks ago, I got my first paycheck.
Yeah, that's right. First paycheck. So looking back, it's cool and clear to see God's hand in it. But I don't know if I would say I felt called. There was not a moment that felt like I was being called to start a news company.
No road to Damascus. The pour over. Hot Black Coffee. It's interesting though, because just to take a step back and look and be like, I don't know, this is just something I started to do for myself, and turns out other people liked it too. And now though, looking back and saying, oh, not only did I need to do this for myself, but now 1.5 million people also feel this need in their life. And you never felt called to do that. So it's just such a, I don't know, it's such a picture of kind of trusting the promptings. And you look back, I always think of the picture of a tapestry. You look at the back of a tapestry and it's just all these threads and you don't know what's going on. And it's just kind of crazy and messy and there's knots here and you start new there. And we flip it over and you see the picture and it's like, oh man, how could I have even thought of where God was going to take me 7 years from now? And, looking forward to the future.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
It is really cool and an immense privilege to get to do what I do. And I love what I do. It's just, I can't look back and see
humbling.
That calling moment. Yes, but it's humbling to get to be a part of the tapestry.
Totally. Okay, so as a potentially called, maybe uncalled founder of a news company, where do you get your news?
I think everyone hopes that I'm going to say some secret newsletter or news source that they've never heard of, but implicitly trust immediately, that's perfectly unbiased and always accurate. And the truth is, I just read a little bit of a lot of sources. So when I'm writing or editing the newsletter, I spend 10 to 15 minutes skimming just the biggest news sources that you've heard of: the Associated Press, Wall Street Journal, BBC, Fox, CNN, New York Post. And I also read a few like summary newsletters similar to the Pour Over. And then if I'm not writing or editing a specific newsletter, I just don't read any news and wait for the Pour Over to come out. And
Wait and see
that's
what we
really
come up with.
fun. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Before we go, we want to take a moment to say a prayer for when artificial intelligence is in the news. All-powerful God, from your mind comes all that we can see and know. We can't touch, taste, contemplate, or create anything that wasn't first spoken into blessed existence by your loving word or sustained by your holy wisdom. O wise one, turn our creation into redemption. For engineers writing code, may they desire peace over profits. For executives setting vision and direction, may they work for shalom over market shares. For lawmakers setting policies, may they champion long-term dignity over short-term domination. And for all of us tempted to bow to and trust and defy what we've built, turn our eyes to Christ, in whom all things hold together and to whom we entrust our prayers. Amen.
Amen. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. You can find all our past explainers as well as our Monday, Wednesday, Friday news summaries on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Until they invite me back again, goodbye.
Bye.
My pantry stays stocked with Element. I drink it, my husband drinks it, my kids guzzle it. Basically, we run on Element around here. No sugar, no crashes, just the science-backed ratio of electrolytes we need to stay sharp. Plus, it makes drinking water a lot more enjoyable and delicious. If you haven't tried it yet, you're missing out. As a listener of The Pour Over, you'll get a free 8-pack of Element's most popular drink mix flavors with any drink mix purchase. Just use the Element link in the show notes.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.